Hello and welcome to the Cottage. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and today we are having another episode of one card in 1, 2, 3, 4 decks. I'm so excited because this is the Capricorn card, and that is my sun sign. So super excited to talk about this. It is the Devil card, El Diablo, himself, herself, itself. We don't know what gender the devil is. He just, she just, it just is. I really enjoy this card, especially when it comes up in a reading, because it's really a heads up card to get your life together. Get your shit together. Wake up here. What you doing? Right? So, as I said, it is the sign of Capricorn. It's all about material resources, worldly success. That's what what Capricorns are all about, mostly. And it's ruled by Saturn, planet of boundaries and restriction. And that is mainly what we're going to be talking about. And that's mainly what the symbolism of this card is pointing to. So that's mainly what we're going to be focusing on. Now, quick summary. The devil is about bondage to material desires, addictions, negative patterns created by our own choices. That is an important thing to note. By our own choices, which can be broken by recognizing the illusion of control and breaking those patterns. If we know that we're in a negative cycle, we can break those patterns. Recognition is everything, right? All right, let's talk about the crystal. This happens to be my favorite crystal in the world, and this is a gift by my bestie. Y'all know who that is. I talk about him in every video, Bobby Fierro. Bobby, thank you so much for my 50th piece of smoky quartz. I can never, ever have enough smoky quartz. So the reason why I love smoky quartz, and it's not a beautiful color by any means. It isn't shiny and shimmery, and it doesn't pick up all the lights, but it's how it makes me feel. Smoky quartz is all about grounding, and it releases negative energies and attachments. Perfect for the devil, right? No wonder I love it. It can help me recognize and let go of unhealthy patterns and self-imposed limitations. Thank you, lovely, lovely smoky quartz. I have it raw. I have it in wands. I have it polished. You name it, I've got it. And I love it so much. I often do spells and crystal grids with the devil card in the middle of my crystal grid, and all of my smoky quartz wands, my points, facing away to break negative patterns. You betcha. All right, let's talk numerology. It is 15. X5 is 10 plus 5, 15. So in numerology, that breaks down to 6. But we are looking at the shadow side of number 6, not like the Lover's card. This is like, remember when film used to have negatives? Like the negative side of the film, and you just kind of seen everything like backwards and opposite. That's what this card is to the Lovers. Wait a minute. I've got it over here. Hold up. There it is. So this is this as a negative. So if you know about photography, you know about negatives. That's what this is. So it's this as its shadow side. So The shadow side of 6, where normally it represents harmony, responsibility, and balance, right? But when expressed through the devil card, these qualities are corrupted into their negative forms, leading to irresponsibility, selfishness, and a focus on pleasure without regards to consequences. Remember when we talked about the Lover's card, it's choices, right? Choices and keeping consequences in mind. This is about choices, damn the consequences, right? Okay. Now, because the balance is off, it can lead to self-sabotage, self-limiting patterns, right? Patterns like addiction, unhealthy attachments, like really bad choices. Like instead of paying your rent, maybe you go gambling with it. Maybe, instead of doing stuff with your kids, maybe you promise them you take them to the zoo. Maybe you take that money and you buy drugs. This is the bad decision card. Absolutely the bad decision card. Now let's talk about, let me get my porcupine quill out. You know I love this thing when I don't poke myself. Did you guys see me bleed? I bled on camera, and you guys, I pulled it off. I don't think anybody saw me, but I had to clean my tarot cards because I bled a little bit on. All right, let's talk about these chains. Chains. There's chains around the neck leading to this, and we'll talk about this black box in a minute. Chains. All right. Chains are addictions to substances, relationships, negative thought patterns that bind us to destructive cycles. There's a reason why those chains are called links, right? Each chain has links, right? Now, note that they are loose. They can easily just slip out of them. They choose not to. Remember, this is a choice card. Bad choices. All right. Now, the Baphomet-like figure, right? This is the devil himself here. He represents carnal desires and serves as a focal point of our addictions and temptations, right? He's fun. He's cool. He seems like a cool dude to hang out with, right? Yeah, he always seems cool. Like the drug dealer is always cool, right? He can get you the good stuff, right? He's always friendly. He's always nice. He always looks cool. He drives a nice car. He plays cool music. You get the idea. Now let's look at this inverted pentagram here. Now this, because the point is down and the two points are pointed up, this is twofold. Now, the first reason is that it represents the horned god of paganism. That's the first part. In some witchcraft circles, that's how they represent the horned god. Now, the esoteric reason, it places matter over spirituality. Unlike the other upright pentacles in the tarot, they are all with the point, one point up, the upright, showing spirit over matter. But this symbolizes a distorted worldview that prioritizes physical concerns over spiritual understanding, hearkening back to the Capricorn sign of material resources, right? So when you see a point up, it's spiritual over material. But when the point is down and the 2 points are up, It's matter over spirit. Okay? All right. Moving right along, you see the tails. We're going to get our Lover's card out again. You see the tails of the fruit and the tail of the fire. This harkens back to the Lover's card. She has the fruit and he has the fire. Can you guys see that? Oh, yep. So this is like a perversion of that. And it indicates the destruction of overindulgence, or I'm sorry, the destructive overindulgence of earthly pleasures like lust and drunkenness and gluttony, right? All of those things. They are like a perverse image of the trees from the lovers. So they've become part of that addiction, right? Can you see that? All right, now we're going to get to the black safe. And I call it a safe. It's probably not a safe. It's just like this heavy black box. And it represents the shadow self, the hidden, feared parts of ourselves, the confines of internal struggles or external situations that feel out of control. It's what they're chained to, right? It's a visual metaphor for the self-imposed limitations and negative patterns that we are entangled in, suggesting a need to look inside to find the path to freedom. You have to recognize what you're addicted to, right? You have to look at your life. All right, where's the addiction? What is out of balance? Remember that 6, right? 1 + 5 is 6. Harmony, the perversion of harmony. What is out of balance? Where am I messing up? What am I overindulging in? Where am I off kilter, right? Okay, so that is the devil. That is the devil. All right. Hopefully I didn't give you too much information. But this is a really important card to know, because a lot of people will throw it down and say, I've seen people read it so wrong. And I'm like, no, you're not possessed. Chill out. Evil is not in your house. It's within you, okay? It's within you. All right. So let's look at what we have. This is Roger J. Horne's, gosh, I forget the name of this because I bought it without the book. This is, oh my gosh, I'm going to fail. I'm going to have to think a minute. Let me get a drink of water. The Tarot of the Witches, something like that. I will look it up and put it in the description box, I promise. All right. Oh my gosh, I love this. Here is our devil figure. Look at his feet. They're like chicken feet. I love this. Oh, the art of witchery. There it is. The art of witchery. All right. And there are his servants, right? They're not chained, but they're his faithful servants nonetheless. Get me a drink. Serve me, right? Look at these horns. They're fantastic, right? It's still a Baphomet figure. It's a simple, very simple illustration, but they're still servants. And this box could be the box. You know, there's no chains. There's no inverted pentagram. You know, but I chose this because these two are just those faithful servants. But there's nothing making them do it, but they're doing it out of their own will. It's like these loose chains. They're serving their addiction. They're serving whatever whatever their negative attachment is. They are serving it. Maybe it is a bad marriage. Maybe it is a abusive relationship. Who knows? But they are being those faithful servants to that addiction, whatever it is. I love this card. Art of Witchery by Roger J. Horne. It is he does everything. He does the artwork, and you can order it. The only way you can order it is through his website. So very awesome author. He has several books. I have them all. If you start with any of them, I would recommend The Charmer's Root if you're into herbalism, and then maybe folk witchcraft if that's your thing. But this deck is amazing. It is a Marseille deck, but I love it nonetheless. Okay, here we go to the Anima Mundi. Y'all know this is my favorite deck in my entire collection. I haven't found a deck that has made me feel the way this deck feels. But here is the devil. Look at this. Everything is dark. He is naked and vulnerable. There is our pentacle, our pentagram. Here's our chains, but they don't seem to be hooked onto anything. He's just wrapped around in them. He's hurting. It looks like he's detoxing. And boy, is that rough. The darkness I feel is the devil figure and the black box. Oh, this deck just makes me feel a certain way in such a simple illustration. But you can feel it, right? It's like, ooh, yeah. I love when a card can just give you such a simple illustration and just make you gasp. Like, it almost doesn't need explanation. It just is. That's beautiful. And here we go to a very complicated, we go from simple to complicated. So much that now I have to read the description to you because it's a story. This is the Raven's Dream Tarot. I haven't brought this out in quite a while, but check this out, you guys. Holy cannoli. I came across it because I was looking for the perfect devil card. And I'm like, well, this is okay, but I want to see if I can find one better. And I was like, I haven't looked at my Raven's Dream Tarot in a while. I saw this and I'm like, oh, this is the one. And then I read the story and I'm like, I'm going to have to share the story. So allow me, and I'll try to hold my hand still while I read this story. I love that she shares the stories because without the stories, it's really hard to figure out. Oops. I've opened this one so much that all the things are, the binding's coming out. All right, I'm going to try to hold it still for you guys. When the young raven stumbled upon an old cage filled with the sweetest, most delectable peanuts, it could easily slip through the bars in case of any danger. In fact, it would come and go as it pleased regularly, always returning for a little taste when the desire called. One day, while in the cage, a peanut dropped in. This peanut was even tastier than the original ones. It waited a moment, and another peanut fell from the sky and into the cage. What good fortune, thought the raven. But this peanut, although edible, was not nearly as good as the last one. So it waited. Another peanut fell. Again, not as good as the first one that fell from the sky. It stayed in the cage and waited. And again, another peanut fell. And again, it was not as good. The raven ate it anyway and waited for the next one. Over time, the raven grew bigger and bigger with each peanut until only its head could slip through the bars. In time, each peanut that fell became increasingly bland until they had lost all flavor. Yet the raven, still searching for that original taste, kept eating until its body filled the cage's space, unable to move. The devil never once locked the cage, but still the raven was his. Isn't that the definition of addiction? Chasing that first high? Abso-frickin-lutely. Absolutely. Look at that. Look at that little devil right there. And that hand putting that peanut in. I love that the cage is red. Doors always open. The chains can always come off. They can always leave. There's nothing chaining them there. You can always come out of that wrapped up chains. That's the definition of addiction. You're chasing that first high, and you keep chasing it, and you keep chasing it. You can always go out the door. Makes me sad. It really makes me sad that there's so many people going through this. And I just would like to congratulate everyone out there who has gone through this and have walked out that gate, who have taken these chains off. Good for you. I applaud you. That is a miracle, and I am proud of you. A lot of my friends have gone through this and come out in the end, and are healthy. And I want to say, I'm so glad that you're alive and that you're a part of my life. So, before I get too teary, this was the devil in the Rider-Waite, the Age of Witchery, the Anima Mundi deck, and the Raven's Dream Tarot. So please tell me how you interpret the devil, or tell me a deck where you think the devil is an awesome representation. I'd really like to know. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. If you'd like to see more, please visit my website to book a reading with my reader, Bobby Fierro, over at Wild Raven Tarot. Awesome reader, just an amazing person all the way around. You can also book a service, a class, a workshop, or shop my online store. Just remember at checkout to enter the code word, all caps veiled, to get your free shipping that's only available through this channel and my gift from me to you. So don't forget to do that. If you'd like to financially support this channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee. All the details are in the description box below, or you can simply scan this QR code right here, but absolutely no pressure. Just live your best life and live for yourself. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.